What's going on, everybody? Welcome to The Sound, episode 1. This is another part of the Loud and Unsigned channel. This will be on probably on a different page, or maybe on the main channel until I transfer or hybrid a couple of videos over to the next channel and stuff once I get a couple more viewers and subscribers. Today, what we're doing, we're having a debate. Let me fix up this. We're having a debate. You know, we are discussing a few artists today that are under the radar. Some may be under the radar, some may not be under the radar, and that goes for the East Coast, West Coast, as well as overseas artists. Let's get into it. A few things we're covering today. What's happening with the music industry? Does anyone feel that there is a shift coming on, something new? You know, we've lived in a progressive, but at the same time, things that do progress can become stagnant once people get comfortable with the trends that's going on. Is country fusing with hip hop / trap since Lil Nas X debuted? Where is R&B positioned, and who are some of the artists that we can mention that are keeping it alive? Traditional and modern R&B, by the way, or even rejuvenating it. And we're talking about the U.S. artists versus global artists, whether from Canada, Africa, global artists to say. All right. So I'm gonna start off first. I think for the last 2 years of music, it has been particularly not below par. Yes, truly below par. I have not been only person that ever keeps me up on my toes and surprised is Jay-Z, and that's Jay-Z and Kendrick, because Jay-Z does not drop music. The last album he dropped was 444. The last one of his last best projects actually was 44 and Magna Carta, Holy Grail. Those were some dope projects. Honestly, not even a lot of the Titans have kept me up excited since like 2015 or 2016. Not a lot of people have kept me excited. I can easily breeze through an album without it having any replay value. I'll go through it so fast, and I probably won't even really remember half of what they say because it's below par. It's below par, honestly. I don't think anybody's hungry anymore. I don't think anybody's hungry anymore, and nobody wants it as bad as they first wanted it. Yet, we always see artists come and go. And one of those people that have come and go, I want to say is Lil Nas X. And when I say he's come and go, I mean he's come and go, and he's taking that shit to the top. He's proven that he has the sauce, or whatever the key, markability, then he can reach out to kids. Did you guys hear about what he did on Roblox? This man had a virtual concert. I think it was over 30,000 people in the virtual concert for Roblox. Crazy. I'm pretty sure he debuted at #1 with Monterio. Shout out to Daye and Trip, or Take a Day Trip. They went to Clive Davis University, alumni students of Clive Davis University. They actually produced his debut album. Anyway, I said he's proven that he has the key right now, and he knows how to market himself, and has brought back. I don't want to say he's brought back to life genre blending. I was gonna say that. That's why I had that pause right there. He didn't bring it back, but I'm questioning if Nelly and Tim McGraw's hit single Over and Over has a contribution to Lil Nas X Old Town Road. I'm really questioning that. Because that was the first country hip hop crossover. And boy, nobody thought that was going to go good. But it went well. Definitely went well. For those that I know, it's Nelly and Tim McGraw. As I said before, they did a country hip hop crossover hit single called Over and Over. Shit was cool, but when Lil Nas X dropped Old Town Road, the difference between Nelly and Nas X is in the digital area. Nelly was still doing it when physical copies were still around. You know, he wasn't able to reach as many people as Lil Nas X did, unfortunately. But I think that plays a role in it. I personally think that. You look at Lil Durk and Morgan Wallen, they just dropped something called With Broadway Girl. That video looks so cringe. It looks so cringy. It's hard to watch that. Just Morgan Wallen just doing all this stuff with his fingers, and it's just like, oh my God, stop it, stop it. I didn't like the video at all. I did not like the video at all. Look at I think her name is BB Raya with her hit single If It's Meant to Be, It'll Be. Shit, if you ask me, it's starting to seem like this is a quick cheat code. Country crossover hip hop is seeming like a cheat code, or a cheat code for a single to go onto radio. That's what it's starting to seem like, if you ask me. Then again, this shit never feels genuine. It felt genuine when Nelly and Tim McGraw did it. It felt genuine when Lil Nas X did it. I was actually told that. I actually heard that Old Town Road was actually a parody. That it was just like a joke that he was doing it. Crazy. Crazy. It was just a joke, and look where it's taking him. I'm questioning, since when have country artists even really care for urban culture or hip hop music, or even a hip hop artist at all? When? Honestly. Someone tell me. I'm hearing more and more of it wherever I go. And not saying that it's annoying, but is this also the shift that we are heading towards in music? I mean, look at the impact that Juice WRLD left. He and XXXTentacion with inserting guitars and strings into the music. Even Polo G uses it as a main part of his music. I didn't even listen to his debut, but I know I can't expect that from him. I overheard that in one of his interviews. You know, but with any barrier, as I mentioned earlier, also comes with jumping over a hurdle. How many are tired of trap, or the same context with a different face and the same name? Where is the music heading? The pop and the urban scene. Personally, I mean, I think we have a crossover happening in front of over our ears. It's subtle. It's a subtle crossover. But I believe we're going backwards. And nothing wrong with going back. When I say we're going back, we're taking things from the past and we're bringing it forward. I'm thinking people are getting more developed into the 80s sound. It's so funny because 2019, I work on music on the side. For those that don't know, 2019, I started diving into the 80s music more. And I just love the raw synthesizers, the bright sounds, the funky bass lines. I love it, and that's what I think people are doing. I personally feel like that. Like, there's a bright energy funk 80s type thing with a touch of funk. A lot of artists are dipping their toes back into the 80s styles music. Listen to Tory Lanez's new tape, Bruno and Anderson's packed new single as well, Smoking Out the Window, and Genevieve new single Baby Powder. I love it. I really love it. I love the risk. I love the diversity. I love stepping out of your comfort zone. I love trying new things. I love it. I really, really love it, man. Especially from the underdogs. And that's why I've always been saying, man, I love independent musicians. I love it. I love independent musicians, man. I feel like if they had the resources that major labels had, they'll thrive better. But even without a major label, they can still thrive. They have a hardcore fan base. I was actually even told that major labels don't even really do shit. You don't really actually really need them. There's only so much stuff that they'll do for you. It's just having a machine behind you, as everyone says. There's more risk to be taken when you're obviously you're an independent artist. And you still have your hardcore fan base. You know? I want your opinion in the comment section. I need your opinion on the comment section about your thoughts on independent artists versus the major label artists. That's what I want. Now let's move on to the next one. Rhythm and blues. This is something that I've been wanting to talk about. Where is this? Where is it positioned and what's going on? I mean, we hear Summer Walker, Ariel Knox. Just yesterday, I just got done listening to Money Long, Hours and Hours. I heard Mars, Sarah Diamond, SZA, Lucky Day, Brent Faiyaz, Jack James, Giveon, to name a few. I think SZA still got it. She may not have the torture she did when she dropped her debut album, Control. Great album. Great album. She had that shit on lock. I heard her verse on Summer Walker's album. I didn't like it. SZA, you need to come holler at me. Let's work on something. I got some great ideas for a pack, girl. Let's get this shit going, man. Holla at me. You need the verse, you need a hook, you need some lines. Holla at me. But back to her. This is off topic. I was this is not off topic. I was disappointed when she was talking about in her verse. I felt that she would, the way she came in, she didn't come with her signature style. The way that if you listen to Sobriety, listen to 30, listen to T-Shirt, you listen to Caretaker. But that could be also just growth as an artist too. I personally felt when she went on Summer Walker's album, she did her verse, it was lackluster. I didn't like it. I don't know. Summer Walker, this girl, always gonna have Twitter in the feelings, and I think whenever she drops, it's always a pause. And that's when any artist, indie, well, Summer Walker's not even really indie, and she's not indie. She's under a label. I think when she drops, it's always a pause. Let's take in real life and try to compare theirs with hers in similar situations. A lot of people do that. A lot of artists, a lot of that happens to artists. There's a pause. No, I don't like the new look she got. She's still fine as fuck, but I don't know, something about her look. Summer Walker. Anyway, man, the album, decent. Replay value, mediocre. I can't listen to the whole album back and forth, not from top to bottom. I definitely can't listen to the album top to bottom, definitely not. But I can listen to a couple of tracks, 3 or 4 tracks, 5 max, 5 tracks max. I could go back and listen to, but I can't listen to that album top and bottom. Classic, no. Is her first debut album a classic? No, it's not a classic. Does she have some classic records? Yes. Undoubtedly has classic records. Classic project? Not. You know, I personally feel it's honestly that nobody can outdo their debut. Like, damn. People can't, nobody's really able to compete with the debut. Not many people can compete with the debut. Kanye West can. Kanye can. I think Olivia Rodrigo, I heard her debut album, Sour. Great. By the way, I think Olivia Rodrigo is going to be, maybe she is already the next big thing. If she's not going to be under the shadow of Taylor Swift or Ariana Grande, she could possibly overtake that throne. I think Olivia Rodrigo got it. I think Billie Eilish, I don't know. I'm not too a big fan of Billie Eilish's music. I'm more of a fan of her aesthetic. I like the way she dresses. I like her demeanor. Do I like her music? No. No, I don't like her music. At all. It's okay to love the person and not the music. I can love the artist, but I don't gotta love your music. I love Lil Yachty as a person, but I hate his music. No, I don't hate his music. I just don't find his music intriguing. to me. But I love Lil Yachty as a person. Anyway, who can outbeat their debut album? Who? There's always so much pressure to outdo your debut album. When Trap Soul came out, there was so much pressure on Tiller. There was so much pressure on Tiller to surpass Trap Soul. Did he do it? We'll never know. How is true to self? Do you think he outdid himself? I don't know. I'm not even really there's only a few artists that keep me on my toes when I'm looking for a debut album. It's like, man, I don't get it. Maybe it's pandemic. Let's just say it's pandemic. Pandemic and people still adjusting to the world and the change that we're living in. No, it's still here. It's not as subtle as it was in previous years, and now it's starting to sound like R&B. What I'm talking about is R&B. R&B is still here, and it doesn't sound how it was in previous years. It doesn't sound like fucking trap. It doesn't sound like fucking rap. Let R&B stay fucking R&B. Yes, contemporary, modern. Don't make R&B fucking trap. What the fuck are some of these people fucking doing? Like, Jacquees, what the fuck are you doing? You look more like a rapper than a goddamn singer. Damn! You fucking it up. Thank God we got Lucky Daye. Thank God we got Giveon. Brent Faiyaz. Come on, man. Pink Sweat. Make R&B what R&B supposed to fucking be. Jameson. Jamsn. Shout out to him. I'm not saying make it like classic R&B, but take the wheel and steer it. Steer it to new heights. That's what I'm asking. It's not that. It's not that hard. If it's that hard, you shouldn't be in your profession. Lucky Daye and Brent Faiyaz have definitely showed out last year, especially Brent coming in from the 410, my home of Maryland. That man has been on a roll. He's absolutely one of my favorites, and plus he's indie. Man that's taken charge of his path. Drake feature plus hopped on with Tems. Drop Mercedes and Gravity featuring Tyler is still in motion. Easily one of the top artists on the radar from 2021. A small output of songs, but they all stuck with people. What do you think? I think Brent Faiyaz is in the right fucking lane. I don't think he needs to sign with a major label. He has obvious control of whenever he wants to release a single, a project. He's not even. It's just that he's indie. I do believe he is subpar midstream. He's subpar midstream. I'm really looking forward to Wasteland dropping this year. Shout out to Saunders. Shout out to Atu. Lucky Daye dropped the album also, but I honestly felt like it was a filler. It was just a filter, man. I feel like he just took a couple of songs that people was not listening to on Spotify, maybe a songs with a couple of thousand plays, and threw it on there to gain more attraction. Like reused tracks. And I hope he's not one of those like artists that just sounds good on a feature. We all know those guys. They just sound good on features. Lackluster performance on their own songs. They're just good for features. He's gonna be like Ari Lennox. And when I say it's not a bad thing. When I say he's gonna be like Ari Lennox, I mean a solid audience, but I don't think such a mass appeal. I think a mature audience, since the music carries that type of tone. I definitely hear Lucky Day, Earl Knox, late night, 93.9 to 95.5 or whatever station it may be in New York. I'm not too sure. Those radio stations were actually part of the DMV radio stations. Our final discussion: USA versus global artists. I said this once. I said it once. I said it twice. I say it 3 times. I listen to artists all over, man. I no longer just prioritize hip hop. I mean, it's probably like secondary or third. I ended up rocking with a lot of UK artists and artists from Nigeria. Like, no bullshit. I was rocking Long Time by Wizkid and Skepta from Made in Lagos for a good month. All facts, no printer. Burna Boy as well, too. You know, Tems. I heard about Tems at the right time. 2018, I heard about Tems. That girl has taken over. If Orange was a place, fucking great project. Classic? No. No, it's not a classic. My tone may sound like hatred, but it's no. Classic records. Crazy Things, Free Mind. Free Mind was actually on her prior project. Found, great record. Let me never say classic records because she hasn't put in enough time yet to have that classic record. Only time will tell. Great artist. Beautiful lady. Beautiful lady. Very distinct voice. Her and Baby Rose have very distinct voices. Burna Boy and Wizkid, they made on good terms. They collaborated on a joint single. I'll admit I didn't listen to it, but I'll come around to it when the time comes. I haven't really seen or heard like a smash or top tier ghostwriter from overseas though. I was thinking Adele, but then Adele's not a ghostwriter. Adele's a primary artist, and also that she, when it comes to her work, her craft, she spends a lot of time alone. With she does a lot her work alone, which makes it more personal, which is great, more authentic. No one can. I could say no one. No one. Well, no one can really relive those moments that you've relived and deliver those moments that you can deliver when you're Adele. When making her craft, I was told, scrape that. I'm still thinking about a ghostwriter. The only person that I could think of that's of a ghostwriter. I'm not gonna say he's not a top tier ghostwriter. He's definitely a good, great ghostwriter. Was Sharon Brathwaite, aka partynextdoor. We haven't heard nothing from him since Party Mobile. I wonder if the reception of Party Mobile has had him tucked in. I wonder. Partynextdoor. When I see Partynextdoor, I mean the artist, but also I'm talking about his discography. Partynextdoor 1, 2, and 3. Partynextdoor 1 beats out every single project. Partynextdoor 2 is not better than Partynextdoor 1. PX3 or Partynextdoor 3 is not better than Partynextdoor 1. Party Mobile, there was only 3 songs off that whole album I liked. Partynextdoor 1 album, first album is a classic. It's a straight classic. No, all facts, no printer. Colors, fire. Colors 2, all right, passable. Passable, very passable. Ed Sheeran, fabulous. Absolute monster when it comes to writing. Absolute monster when it comes to writing. Is he a ghostwriter though? I don't think so. He's not a ghostwriter. Anyway, but that's my our discussion for today. So before I go, drop down in the comments what and who do you think are some underrated ghostwriters that you may know, or some artists that you guys want to shine light upon. You know, once again, I was always say, if anybody is listening to this, I thank you for sticking with me through this whole thing. It means a lot to me, honestly. You know, tell a friend to subscribe. Tell a friend for a friend. Subscribe. Look out for more videos. I'm probably gonna be doing this once every week, maybe in the middle of the week, dropping the sound and talking about these type of discussions more and more. You know, so that's it for the take. Appreciate you guys.